It's the end of low spend January. Let's see how we did, see what the plan is going forward for February, and I'll share a bargain grocery haul. Here we go. Hello, you all. I hope you're doing well. We're here at the end of low spend January, and I just wanted to make a video to reflect on how we did and then what our plans are going forward for February. And then I'm also going to share a haul with you. Earlier in January, I can link it here, I shared a video, and in that video, I talked about a new app that we got called Rocket Money. I am not sponsored. It's an app that I got for myself. But what that app enabled us to do is to track all of our expenses for the last 2 years and see what we had spent in several different categories. And then we used that information to set budgets for 2023. And what it also allowed us to do was to see where we were overspending. And the biggest overspend that we found was eating out. And it was a big overspend. Like, we were spending way more than I had any idea that we were spending on eating out. So for January, we wanted to do a low spend January where we were mostly not eating out. Now, it wasn't a no spend January, so we did have a small eating out budget, but a low spend January where we were mostly eating at home, working through our pantry. That's why I did the pantry inventory. And we do this every year. We do a low spend January every year after Christmas. And so I went through the pantry, made a list of things that needed to get used up, made a list of meals I could make from those things. I'm happy to report that I did make several of those meals. The pantry's looking pretty slim at this point. And I did actually go grocery shopping last week, and then I went again this haul that I will share with you. Low spend January, I would say, was pretty successful in that area. We did go over in some of our budget categories. Now, I have my nifty little clipboard here. If you see me look down, it's because I have my clipboard where I've taken some notes. So, the categories where we went over were groceries, gasoline, and pets. Pets was related to the healthcare issues that Hooper was having, and I'm not trying to shock anyone. I explained it in another video. I'll take a minute really quickly. He is being put down, actually, and by the time you see this video, it probably will have just happened. And I have cried many, many tears over this, so I'm just going to say it quickly and then move on. The vet, we had to take him to the vet last week, and they found that he might have eye cancer. Basically, his eye is dissolving and they don't know why, and it can be very painful. And she said this is definitely affecting his quality of life. He walks in circles. It's very sad. So anyway, but he's not suffering yet, which is really good. We don't want to get to the point where he's suffering because our other dog, Daisy, I think we waited a little too long and she really suffered at the end. So that is what is happening, but we're trying to wait until Molly, my second child, gets home from traveling overseas. Okay, so that's all we'll say about that. Please say a little prayer for our family this week. It has been a very challenging week. But back to the budget. So we did go over on our pet budget, and that is why. So it was just health challenges that Hooper was having. He needed medicines, he needed vetting, and then obviously everything related to the end of his life. We also went over on groceries. Now, groceries might be related to the fact that Gabriel was living here for that month. He eats a lot. But it's also related to inflation. I mean, for goodness sake, we're all paying like $6 for a dozen eggs, right? So that, the numbers are going to go up because of that. And things have gone up so much in the last few months. So, and then gasoline, same thing. We're paying $3.50 a gallon. Gabriel buys a lot of his gas, so I don't think that went up because of him, but we'll see. So those are the categories that we went over in. And so I have some strategies moving forward for groceries, which we'll talk about in a minute. But the overall strategy for February is also going to be a low spend February. Then I'm also going to work on getting those numbers down. Now, there's not much I can do about gasoline because honestly, I don't drive a lot of places. Chris only commutes like twice a week. Hannah goes to school, but it's not like, I think that's more related to the cost of gas, and there's just not a lot we can do. We don't go many places anyway, so I feel like we're conserving. It's just, the price. But with groceries, I have a few strategies going forward. So before the pandemic, I was very good about shopping around. And during the pandemic, now I know a lot of you have said Target is so expensive. It really isn't. In Minnesota, Target has very good prices on groceries, or at least in the Twin Cities area where I live, because there's so many Targets and they're all super Targets, which is the ones that have the grocery stores. And so they keep their prices very competitive. So that's why I do a lot of my shopping at Target. It's easy to get to. They have great prices on a lot of things. They have a lot of store brands. We don't have a lot of Walmarts here in the Twin Cities area. There's a good one in Bloomington that I like to go to, but it's a little out of the way. So really, Target is much more accessible for me, and the prices are just really good. That being said, I am going to start doing a little more shopping around, heading back to Aldi. I dabble in Aldi. I don't love everything from Aldi, but there's a lot that I can get there. I don't love their fruit because it's not all refrigerated, and I have had problems with stuff getting moldy before we finish it. So if fruit's going to get moldy, I don't care if it's cheap. If I don't get to eat it, it's a waste anyway. So I haven't loved the fruit at Aldi. Sometimes I can do okay with their raspberries and their blueberries. Their strawberries tend to always get moldy for me. I do well with their bananas. So these are kinds of things that I might go back to, at least price comparing at Aldi and seeing who has the better price. Another strategy, this is what I'm going to share with you tonight. There's a grocery store near us called Hy-Vee. Well, not near us. It's actually 20 minutes away, but within driving distance. And Maddie called me today. She's like, Mom, Hy-Vee has hot deals on the weekends. So I looked it up, and basically on the weekends for Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Hy-Vee has 99-cent products, like things that they market 99 cents. And so this week it was like, one of them was like Rotel, which is one of the things that I said I needed for my pantry. That's one of the things on my stock up list. So I was like, oh, this is great. So one of my other strategies is going to be to go to Hy-Vee on the weekends and get those 99-cent items. Now, the rest of their prices are not great. And I even compared while I was in the store, peanut butter, the black beans that I like that are low sodium, all of those things were more expensive than Target. So I'm going to be going to Target as well for some things. I'm going to be going to Hy-Vee once a week for some things, and then I will hit the Aldi when I need to, or, some maybe twice a month or something like that. So that is my strategy for going forward, trying to get our grocery budget down. And then once we get through February and we have a better idea of like where we're going to be, then I can kind of tweak that budget number. So, it's always weird with budgeting. It's like, yeah, you set a number, but it can't be out of the air. It has to be realistic and something you can actually like hit. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to see where can I get this number to, and then go from there. And then, yeah, gasoline, not sure I can do very much there. I mean, we use coupons. We have an Upside app, which is something that gives you money back. I don't feel like there's much else we can do other than not going many places, which we don't really go many places anyway. So, all right. So all of that being said, let's go ahead and check out my Hy-Vee haul. I went to their hot deals this weekend, and you can see what I got. I spent $50. I think it was $50.17. I'll show you my receipt. And mostly on 99-cent items, a few things that I needed to get while I was there that they had a good price on. So I picked those things up, but it was mostly items that I went for off the 99-cent deal list. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, so there is my total from Hy-Vee, $50.17, and I'll show you what I got for that amount. I was only shopping the sales because what I've figured out is that Hy-Vee does have higher prices on most other things, but their sales are really good. And Chris is like, they just want to get you in the door in the hopes that you'll buy other things. But with the 99-cent things, I think I did pretty well. So I did get some meat. These were boneless pork top loin chops. They were, let's see, it was 99 cents each. So it was $3.96 a pound. So I got 4 of those for a dinner. And then their chicken, their bulk hand-trimmed boneless bulk chicken breast was $1.68 a pound, which is really good. So I just asked for 3 pieces. That's something Chris and I eat for lunch. Like we'll cook it up and eat it for lunch. And so that was $4. And then they had a sale. This was not a 99-cent sale. Their sale was $1.69. You could only get one. So I got one. This I just needed because I needed it for something and I need it for tomorrow. So that I just picked up. I think that was, well, let's check the receipt. I think it was $4.99, which is kind of high, but let's see, $4.49. and that's their store brand. That was the cheapest one. And then their small curd cottage cheese in these 12-ounce packages was 99 cents, which is cheaper than where I normally shop. So I got one, which is the 4%, which Chris likes, and I got myself a 1%. So we eat that for lunch, sometimes too, or a snack with fruit. And then they had this brand of cream cheese for 99 cents a block, which is like a price from 2 years ago. So that was good. This butter was $3.98. It was the cheapest one there. And I think the reason it's that cheap is I think it's just one big block. It's not cut into quarters, which is fine with me. That was a good deal. $1 less because it's not cut into quarters. I'll take it. My eggs were $4.99. Not a great price, but you know, whatever. It was the cheapest ones there. That's smart. That's that cheap brand. Again, that was the same brand as the butter. Then they had some of their store brand cereals for 99 cents a box. So we don't eat a ton of cereal, but Hannah likes this kind. It's like the Cinnamon Toast Crunch. And I like it too. I don't eat a lot of cereal, but usually if I eat it as a snack, that's one that I like. And then fake Lucky Charms, which Chris likes. And then we usually get the Target chips, which are $2.29. But these were 99 cents a bag. So I got 2 of those. It's just the snack we generally keep in the house. This was a really good deal. This is $1.39, their normal price, and also at Target. And they were having a 99-cent sale. So I got 6 as a stock up. If you remember my pantry inventory, that was something I needed to stock up on. And then I got a tomato paste. I just needed one. This was 50 cents. And I just needed one for a recipe. I don't really use it very often, but I'm making pasta fazool. And these were cheaper than at Target for some reason. But the black beans at Target are 85 cents. But they don't have the cannellini beans in the same cheap brand that they have black beans. So I got the cannellini beans at Hy-Vee. And then these were $1.28 a pound. So I got 2. This is something I'll cook up for myself for a lunch. And then their bread was clearanced. So these are normally $1.99 a loaf. I think because it's nighttime or whatever, I got them for 99 cents a loaf. So I will freeze those. And I got Chris and I 2 big bottles of seltzer water. We really like to drink seltzer, but I'm like, I cannot spend $7 on a dozen cans anymore. So that's just out of the question. Or I think it's at Aldi, it's like $5. But either way, this was $1 each. So that's a much better deal. And then this, sometimes I'll eat it with just the noodles. So that is my $50 Hy-Vee haul. If you're wondering why I didn't get fruit or veggies, their prices were not good on fruit. So I will definitely go to Aldi for that, or Target, depending on who has better prices. Okay, so that's my Hy-Vee haul. I hope that was enjoyable to see. I thought I did really well for 50 bucks. I got a lot of good stuff. And I hope this was interesting. I know, budgeting can be boring for some people, but it's something I'm doing. And, this is my lifestyle channel. So I want to put up what I'm really doing in my life. So anyway, maybe this was helpful to you or interesting to hear about prices in another area. Whatever the case, I hope you enjoyed it. And I will see you in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.